Hey guys, Josiah here with Aesthetyx Fitness. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 gym etiquette sins and how to avoid them. Alright, before we get started with today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and click the little bell icon. That way every time I come out with a new video, you guys are getting notified so you don't miss out on any great new content. Also, if you feel like it really helps me out if you hit that like button down below as well. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so on my channel I do a lot of videos geared towards people who have just started working out or maybe haven't been training for very long. And this may seem like one of those videos, but in fact it's not. This video applies to everyone, myself included, no matter how long you've been training. All of us are probably guilty at some point or another of at least one of these etiquette sins on my list. So this video is just a list of my top 5 gym etiquette sins and how you can avoid them. Alright, starting from the top with number 5, and that is not wiping down your equipment after you finish using it. Now I'm not saying that you need to take a disinfecting wipe to every single dumbbell and barbell and plate that you touch. That would be a little ridiculous and just impractical. But if you are a relatively sweaty person like myself and you like to wear tank tops or stringers to the gym and you're doing bench press and when you get up you can see the sweat outline of your back on the bench, just wipe it down. It only takes a second. It's a nice courteous thing to do for the next person using it, and it'll also help keep the gym a little more hygienic as we move into the cold and flu season. Number 4 is giving unsolicited workout advice. What I mean by that is, just because someone's doing an exercise that you particularly don't like or don't enjoy, or they're training in a programming style that you don't implement, doesn't mean that they want to hear your opinion on it. Now this does come with a bit of a caveat, and that is if you see someone about to hurt themselves, like if you see someone who is just struggling to bench 2 plates and now they load up with 4 and go to do that without a spotter, by all means jump in and stop them or offer them help or something just so that they don't injure themselves in the gym, because that's no good either. And number 3 is kind of related to that, and that is judging or making fun of people who maybe are not as far along their fitness journey as you are. A lot of people who want to get in shape and are unhappy with the way they look or with their health and want to improve it by going to the gym are kept away from the gym and feel really reluctant to go because they fear the people there are going to be looking at them and judging them because they're not in shape, and so they never actually get started. Everyone starts from somewhere. If you see someone at the gym who's out of shape, they're working on their problem. They're working on trying to make it better. That's a good thing. And there have been people in the past who have gotten in trouble for taking pictures of people working out at the gym without their consent or making fun of people. It's just not a good idea. It's disrespectful, and to prevent some people who may really want to improve their physique and get healthier from actually doing so. And number 2 is monopolizing multiple pieces of workout equipment that you're not currently using. Now obviously if you're supersetting when you want to do biceps and triceps, so you have a pair of dumbbells and you're using the tricep cable machine, that all makes sense because that's kind of part of the actual routine you're doing. But if you're doing a full body split where you're going to be using a squat rack and the deadlift station and the bench press and the pull-up bar and the dumbbells and the kettlebells, it's not fair to kind of put a hold on all of those pieces of equipment because other people want to use them too, and so it's best to kind of work in a way that allows you to work in a public space. If you have your own home gym, go crazy, absolutely, but when you're working in a public space, you gotta kind of realize that other people are going to want to be using that equipment too, and if you're monopolizing all of that for the entirety of your workout, even when you're not explicitly using it, it kind of makes it really inconvenient for other people who are trying to get a workout in as well. And last but not least, number 1 is kind of related to number 2, but that is using exercise equipment that you're not actually using. And by that what I mean is, if you're doing bodyweight squats, you don't need to be in the squat rack to do them. Someone who's doing barbell squats, I'm sure would very much appreciate if they had access to the rack. Similarly, if you're doing dumbbell bicep curls, don't stand directly in front of the dumbbell rack to do them because that prevents other people from actually being able to access the dumbbells. Basically, just be conscientious of your use of space and make sure that if you're doing an exercise, you're not preventing someone else from doing a completely unrelated exercise just because you happen to be standing in that space when you could be doing that exercise somewhere else. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you found it educational or helpful, or maybe you even just found it kind of cathartic if you've been on the receiving end of some of these etiquette sins in the past and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you that someone else finally realizes that this happens. Let me know if you have any other additions to it in the comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, also leave a like down below as well and hit subscribe because I have new content coming out all the time that I don't want you guys to miss so that I can help you train smarter and look better.